Hey everybody, it's Leo again. I have not done a video in quite a while, I'm aware, due to recent events in my life, of course. Some of you might know from watching my channel, I've been a little bit indisposed from gaming. So, I wanted to do a Final Fantasy XIV video because I've been quite engrossed in this game for a little while now. I'm currently playing it on the PS3, and the point of this video is to show you how to do a speed run as a warrior who is not overly geared. Just to show you here, my average item level is only 74. So, and I've been doing this since I was about item level 69, so you don't have to be like, despite what people in game will want to say, you don't have to be God mode, like 80 plus, item level 90, none of that nonsense. So I'm going to show you how to tank this here, just to kind of give you a quick rundown. I got my Bravura, my Relic Axe. I've got Dark Light, everything except for my hands are the Relic, my Warrior Gauntlets, and then I've got the Hero's Ring of Fending. Everything else is Dark Light, so pretty standard stuff here. I'm going to try to run through and describe to you what I'm doing, what my party's doing, so that way if you're not a tank role, you know, you kind of have an idea what you're doing here. But, you know, obviously the point of the video is mostly from a tank's perspective. So, one of the key things you've got to do for your healer, just to make them not want to commit suicide, is make sure you keep Infuriate on all the time. You know, stack your wraths up to 5. Really just use the Infuriate ability as much as possible. You know, balance it out. I think it's got a 45-second or a minute cooldown. I've never even checked. It just always seems to be ready whenever I need it. And I'll show you here what I mean. This first pull at the very beginning, your Black Mage is going to sleep the level 35 Tonberry and the 2 Treasure Hunters to prevent the level 50 Tonberries from popping up right away. And then you're just going to run right through as the tank and gather everything up into the first room here. So I'll show you what I do. You probably want to put on Sprint just to kind of help alleviate some of the damage taken while you're running through here. So here's my Black Mage sleeping. I'm going to run past these guys. I'm going to evoke the buzzards and flash them on my way through, just to make sure you have the aggro. And now I'll pop Infuriate, flash again to get the beetles, and get on this Tonberry. Start putting my buffs on: Foresight, Berserk, Thrill of Battle, and Vengeance. And then I like to put on Bloodbath too, just so you get a little extra HP back. Now, I like to keep Maim on as much as possible for just extra damage, but you just AoE burn. My Bard, you know, Black Mage and myself are just AoEing the crap out of everything. So you'll see here, hopefully we'll get through this first wave of enemies in just over a minute and change. And now that the buffs are pretty much on, it's just a matter of maintaining them. So now you grab this next group and you run straight to the door to the first boss with it. You're going to only kill the Tonberry that's located at the door. You can ignore everything else. Your Black Mage is going to sleep them. Just make sure you've got enough HP to survive here. I use Tomahawk to pull it just to keep a little extra enmity on. And it's important to target it as you're running up, just because you don't want to run into any issues. Killing the wrong Tonberry or accidentally hitting the wrong thing. Just make your life easier, and your parties, like I was saying earlier, your healer especially. I am out of MP for Flash, so this might be a problem here. We're going to run up to the boss. Now the important thing to do as a tank especially, but your healers too might need to make note of this. When you have this big group of enemies on you, you want to stop right at the line here. You just get right on the edge. So that way you get pushed in as soon as the 15 seconds are up, and all the mobs get sealed out. Now, I just got enough MP back for Flash, so I can keep these enemies focused on me and not anybody else, which will ensure they stay out. Try to tank the boss to the best of your ability, but these first 15 seconds, your party's probably going to be on its own a little bit. Alright, here. Now, if you're watching a speedrun video, there's really nothing special about this guy. I'm sure you already know that he's... Just keep him facing towards a wall like most bosses. He'll spin around and do an AoE. I like to throw on Berserk and Vengeance just to speed things along. But as a warrior, you know, DPS is okay, but nothing too amazing. So just anything to augment it while your party handles this guy. This is probably the slowest boss you're going to deal with overall. The Tomberry King goes pretty quick, and whatever the hell the ooze's name is, I don't even remember, to be honest. Oh, totally forgot to mention, to help assist damage a little bit, you can throw out Inner Beast and then use Infuriate to restore it. Now, I just kind of did it stupidly there, but in this fight it doesn't matter. My Infuriate cooldown wasn't back yet, so I'm just going to have to stack my Wraths the normal way, which is fine. Not in any dire need of critical healing in this particular encounter. So, if you're through the first boss in under 4 minutes, you're on good pace for a solid speed run. Not the fastest there is. Like I said, I'm not God mode gear, so you're not going to get a 9-10 minute run out of this. But anything under 15, as far as I'm concerned, is great for farming your tomes of philosophy and mythology. No need to pressure people to be perfect. As long as you can get a few done, 15 apiece, you're alleviating the hell out of a lot of stress. Now, I haven't even looked at the gear of the rest of my party. I'm assuming they're Relic, except maybe not the Bard. I don't know, based on his HP, I'm not 100%. But, again, as you can see, they're all probably in the same item level range as me. I put the Party Fighter's item minimum as 65, so nobody way over the top. And yet we're getting through this no problem at all. My healer's on point. That's really the only question mark, is if your Black Mage can properly sleep, if you know the tank pulls, and if your healer's got half a brain in his head, you'll be just fine. Now, I'm going to show you here, after the second boss, the Limit Break pull. This pull, I can survive it. I usually don't have any problems with it, but it is going to be a big tank gear check for you. And also your healer's skill level ability, really. And that's not, it's still a couple minutes away, so I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Just kind of wanted to point it out. I did not keep Infuriate on, not following my own advice. Got Infuriate and Maim back. Maybe, if I can target something. There we go. It's good when my party's killing things so fast I can't find anything to hit with Maim. Just pick up all the oils. Your party members will usually do it, but since you're right there as a tank, no problem. Now this next pull, a couple people do it a different way. I've done it both ways. You're going to see the one way that I prefer now, but the original approach was you just grab the bones, you grab the ghosts, you grab the Tomberries, run all the way down the stairs into the corner right across from the locked door, and just kill them all there. That approach is a little bit dangerous, so I prefer doing it this way. Let's see if we can see. Nope. I just grab the bones, look over the ledge, target the Tomberry, provoke them up, and then you just got to take a few steps back down this way. Make sure you put your cooldowns on Berserk and Foresight, as always. And then you just tank these 5 guys right here, so that way when the Tomberry Stalker comes walking back, you can kind of see him in the distance there. He starts heading your way again. Nobody gets aggro from him, because that is never fun. Bastard will usually wipe you guys, or at least create a very stressful situation. Alright. So one thing about using Berserk is pacification pisses me off. Not that it makes a big difference in this kind of a run, but it's just really annoying not to be able to act for 5 seconds, other than auto attack, which really, who counts that anymore? Alright, grab your oils from these 2 Tomberries. Oops. Okay, now you as a tank again, and hopefully you have somebody else in your party that's competent, you're going to grab these 2 ghosts, run down the steps, go towards the last switch, and if, like I said, luck is on your side, the mobs are in the right place, and you have someone who's smart, they can just get to the switch without aggroing the other 2 enemies, but be ready to take a shot from the Tomberry, and also be ready to aggro these guys for your party as needed. Now, I got lucky here. Let's see if he can get back without aggroing them. Or the top. No, he got him. It's okay. You're just going to go ahead and evoke him off and flash and then get your ass out of there. Thank God my healer just benedictioned me, because that could have been nasty real fast. Now you're going to lock these guys out. Because we got the skeleton once again as the tank, you have to stand right at the line of the boss here. Come on, tomahawk his ass. Wow, whatever. We kind of have a screwed situation here. Got people getting aggro from every direction. Nobody's died though, and I think we locked them out. Good stuff. All right. That could have been a screw up right there. It would have sucked to have that on record. But we're good. So Arnie, get your buffs back up, your maim and everything. Now as a tank, I like to run over and flash these guys, stack them on the boss for AoEs. I mean, all parties are really going to do that, but I like to try to be preemptive and grab them with flash if I can, and then just bring them back to the boss, so that way nobody's getting extra hits. Not really necessary. They're not overly threatening by any means, but just as a courtesy to the rest of your party. Alright. Now, if this guy's targeting your healer, you're going to want to Halm gang him. I'll do it the next time he targets somebody if he's even alive that long, just to show you. If it's, you know, when it pops up saying his eyes are looking at whatever, a single target, give it about 4 or 5 seconds, then use Halm gang. If they're on your healer, you'll save their ass and keep them on you, and nobody takes any damage. It's beautiful. Nice little tip I got pointed out to me not too long ago, and it works great. Go ahead and just grab these guys, even though it looks like he's going to be dead from the AoEs. Now, the reason why I use this dungeon is it's easily, especially after the patch, one of the most efficient ways to get your tombstones. I mean, 100 philosophy and 30 mythology is a pretty good amount of both. And if you're doing it in, as I said, 15 minutes or less, you can really get that weekly mythology cap pretty quick. 15 runs you can do in the span of a few hours if you wanted to really grind it out. Now, this is the limit break pull I mentioned earlier. You have to grab all 10 enemies in this hallway. Do not miss one, including these 2 Tomberries at the end. And you have to run right into this corner on your left as soon as you grab them all. As far into the corner as you can. Pop every cooldown you've got. And just AoE them while your Black Mage uses his limit break on them. There we go. And then you just got to spam the hell out of it and hope your healer keeps you alive. Which it looks like I'll be okay, because the crowd's already pretty thinned out. Maybe. It's not worth giving up. Ah, I went down. See, that doesn't usually happen. They're probably going to get a majority of the mobs dead, though. As long as they get most of them out of the way. That sucks. That's not the kind of thing I wanted to put into a video, but whatever. You get the idea of how it works. We got a little unlucky there. So it looks like I'm going to show you the more standard approach, which is fine. It's going to increase our time just a hair. We would have been out of here in under 15 minutes. Of course, I told my party I did a party finder, so I don't know these people specifically, but I warned them I was going to be recording this particular run, so now they're laughing at me. Bastards. It's alright, we're still only at the 11-minute and 30-second mark. Alright, so for parties that can't handle the limit break pull, or idiots like me that still get killed on occasion, you're going to instead do the more standard approach to this hallway, which is really low-key. You're going to come up, flash these 3 guys, run far enough up to evoke the Tomberries. Sometimes if you have to jump to get the line of sight while you're evoking, that's, you know, necessity. But, no, I'm not editing that part. We're going to go ahead and leave it in there. Anyway, you kill these 5 guys here. No big deal. Like I said, pretty standard mob pull. And then you would just pull the next 5 right to the door. Because as soon as you step up those stairs, the Tomberry Stalker spawns. So you obviously don't want to do too much of that. You don't want to be dealing with him on your ass while you're trying to kill the last couple enemies in the dungeon. Damn, I'm still kind of mad I died at that pull. Usually not a problem. Whatever, at least I get to show you both approaches. The balls to the wall if you're geared, and the less awesome approach. Either way works just fine. Obviously, the other way is a lot faster. We would already probably be at least 30% of the way through the boss, but whatever. Like I said, not the end of the world. Yeah, they did get a couple of them. I thought I saw some gil pop up there when I was dead. So no big. We have a little teeny group of what would normally be 5 enemies. There's now only 3. I infuriate again to get that back up. Now, some people, I pull the camera back out pretty far. Some people like to do a top-down view, so that way they can see the AoEs, make sure they're at the right angle for overpower. On PS3, again, maybe just because of my TV, for the most part, I don't need to. But just to kind of give you an idea, some people really like to do one of these to get a good view of everything that's happening. I think that's a good PC approach, probably, more than anything, but with the controller and a bigger screen, unless you're using a huge display for your PC, it's kind of a moot point, I think. Alright, now into the boss. We're going to be just shy of that 15-minute mark I was hoping for, but that's okay. We'll be close enough for it to be respectable and still give you a good idea on a walkthrough. You can imagine if I didn't die there, we'd already be done, so... That's why I like to do these videos the way I do, all in real time. You get the real effects. I don't edit crap. I don't make it look awesome. I just want it to be raw. Alright, so evoke him and flash him right to the middle. With this particular party, I find my normal rotation of cooldowns unnecessary, so I just pretty much hit him pretty hard, do your hate combo a few times, and then switch it off. I usually do 2 Butcher's Block combos for Enmity, and then I mix it up with a Storm's Path combo, just to keep Maim up for extra damage and kind of heal myself a little bit. Again, overly unnecessary to do the Storm's Path at the end for the extra health, but Maim is a nice little bonus, just helps the overall DPS. I'll throw Berserk on here just for the hell of it, really. Now that I've got a good amount of aggro, don't have to worry about losing hate while I'm healing myself, I mean. Now, the thing with this guy, again, I'm sure anybody watching this knows the strategy. You kill the little Tomberries, they stack up Rancor on him. Each Rancor is usually about 1,000 HP you're going to take when he uses everyone's grudge. So just be careful. Once you see 4 stacks or more, even as a warrior, you might want to consider popping Thrill of Battle. I can usually take 5 outright if my healer's on point, but I'll still put Thrill of Battle up just to give them a little bit of a buffer. He might not even do a hard-hitting one here. So once he gets down under 25% at the rate we're going, I just put Thrill of Battle on anyway, just because I like to see high HP, and also in case something stupid happens. It lasts 20 seconds, so I figure why not. And someone's probably going to limit break here just to finish him off. Very easy fight. Very, very, very easy fight. Obviously. Going to be the quickest part of your process. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there they go. They just hit it. Boom. Done. And it was just over 16 minutes if I saw right. So even with the wipe, not a huge slowdown. That probably would have been like a 14-minute run if it had gone right. So that's how you do Wanderer's Palace speedrun. As a warrior tank, Paladin is going to be, I have available to me as well. I might do a video, although really the only difference is you use Sentinel on those bigger pulls to make sure you've got the damage mitigation and you're not contributing as much to the AoE damage. So I might still do one, but probably not. Warrior I kind of prefer to use for this. It just seems to go a little faster with Overpower being an extra AoE DPS. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I know it's been quite a while, as I said at the start of this, so I appreciate if anybody's left me with ongoing support. You take care of yourselves. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and thanks again for watching.